Hey guys, how you doing today? Welcome to the Tom Pagano Show. It's a new episode. It's Cinco de Mayo, so make sure you get your favorite Mexican beverage, Dos Equis, margarita, my old favorite sangria. Sit down and enjoy the show. It's just a quick thing before I get going. Sometimes, I realize it's pretty tough doing this gig. I look at a lot of people and say, yeah, I could do that. But, during the day, I'm thinking about the show and I get so many of these ideas and what I'm going to say. And then when the camera comes on, it's like, boop. But anyway, another thing I want to say, I had my first shot of fame today. It was actually pretty cool. I was going to Publix, and I'm walking, crossing the parking lot to go in. And this young lady yells out, "I know you. You're from the podcast." I was just like, "Yeah, that's me." And it's my friend George Budicast, his wife. I want to say hello. Thank you guys for your support and watching. Hey, just doing a little technical things here that never seem to go right. But anyway. So I want to start the show today with a video. I want to get this going here. I'm sorry, guys. Here. See, like it says, always something. There we go. Right. There we go. Right, button. All right. Anyway, so I have a really fun and interesting show today. I got a lot of good music. Our featured guest today is Nathan Eli Thomas. He's a songwriter, guitar player from here, and he's awesome. He came over to my house the other day, and he played a couple songs, and he talked a little bit about his background. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, I want to start off with a song I did a few years ago. It's called "We're All Heroes," and it's a feel-good, fun song that I did. It's kind of expressing itself, saying, don't look for someone else to be your hero. It says, everybody, we're all our own heroes. So take it upon yourself to be a good person. I'm trying to find "We Are All Heroes." Sorry, guys. Here we go. So this is a song. I'm going to start off the show with it. I wrote it, produced it, sang it. It's a fun song. So I'm going to start the show off with a little song called "We Are All Heroes." Here we go. That was We Are All Heroes. Getting all these buttons mixed up. And here I am, folks. I just wanted to get in costume for you. My Only Man outfit. You know, from after all these years, it still fits my Only Man costume. It's a little, my belly's showing a little bit, but it's all good, it's all fun. And I started doing Only Man years ago up in Vermont, and it started out as a joke, and I did stand up comedy as Only Man, and then I just took him through a whole scenario. Had a lot of fun with him. But one thing I did, look at that, my shoulders are showing. One thing I did back in the '80s. When I was living in Long Island, there was, the Reagan era. There was Say No to Drugs and the Nancy Reagan whole thing. So I decided to do a PSA. Actually, I got asked to do it by a school district with my video company to put together an anti-drug program. And I asked them, do I have free reign to do what I want to do? Not just having a question and answers. And they gave me the okay. So I kind of put this PSA together and then played at first, and then you'll see it. But I think if I did this now, I'd probably get in trouble because it is kind of crazy. So let me go to the Only Man PSA. Let me stop that. And here we go. So this is a short look of the PSA I did as Only Man. This was a school district on Long Island to get the parents to talk to the kids about drugs. Check it out. Here it is. Well, there you go. That was the PSA I did back in the 80s. And what I did, I played, oh, my shoulders, I played that at the beginning, and then I had, a police officer there answering questions. But I think if I would have put that video out today, I think it's more troubling, those kids walking away with a guy in tights than a drug deal. I don't know. Times have changed, my friends. So I took Only Man to a different direction. He wasn't a good anti-drug guy. So I just kind of like I said last week, try to do a show with him and have fun with him. He's gonna pop up now and then. So keep an eye out for Only Man. But I just want to let you know I'm wearing this little bling here. I got to give credit and to my brother-in-law Dwayne. He makes these really cool necklaces and charms, charms made out of motherboards of computers. He's got them, so it's my favorite piece of jewelry right now, and I got complimented on it today. I mean, I wasn't wearing the Only Man outfit; I was wearing regular clothes and had this on him. And the girl said, "Oh, I like your necklace." I said, "Thank you." And that's as far as the conversation went. But anyway, last week I was talking about when it was Metallica. That Only Man picture came up. I'll show you in a second. And then people started comparing, the sending in texts of comparing me to 80s icons in that kind of looked like. So I'm going to play that for you right now. It's kind of funny. I think you'll see the similarities, and maybe I was an 80s icon. I don't know. Here we go. Here's the tape. It was a lot of fun. And here we go, my friends. So there you go. That was that killed a couple of hours on the bus ride. I think we're going to Edmonton from Chicago. Like I said, it's called Submarine Drive. It's a long drive, so that killed a couple of hours. But anyway, let's enough fun with Only Man. Let's get some music. Like I said, tonight's featured guest is Nathan Eli Thomas. He's a singer songwriter here in Georgia. He does a solo act. He's an incredible performer, a singer. His songs are great. He plays solo. I worked with him in a couple of bands. Stoney Taylor was when I first met him. He was the guitar player for them, and as electric guitar player, he kicks ass. As acoustic guitar player, he kicks ass. But I'm not gonna keep on talking about it. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna get Nathan's tape queued up and sit back and enjoy the music and the words of Nathan Eli Thomas. Here we go.
My name is Nathan Eli Thomas. I'm a guitarist, singer, songwriter, originally from Stone Mountain, Georgia. So I actually started playing music at about 6 years old. I remember I saw I saw Wizard of Oz one night, and the next day I got up and I went over to the piano. My mother was a piano player, and I kind of just picked out Somewhere Over the Rainbow by ear. And my mom said that when she heard that, she thought, he might have some talent, so she kind of got me started on piano lessons. And then a little bit later on, when I was about 13, I got my first guitar. My dad was a singer. He played a little bit of guitar. My mother was a piano player. Grew up in church. They were always singing in church. They had a couple of different gospel singing groups. So I grew up around that all the time. There was always people in my house making music. And also my dad's side of the family in Florida, whenever we would go down there and visit them, they were all bluegrass musicians. So I was always exposed to music from the time I was ever since I could remember. And then, I got into playing with them in the church. And then later on, of course, as I became a teenager, I got more into the rock and blues side of things. I remember when I very first actually started taking lessons, my first guitar teacher was like, okay, well, what is it that you want to learn? And I said, I want to learn blues guitar, which at the time he was pretty shocked by that because all the kids my age wanted to learn rock and metal and that stuff. So he started me out with Strange Brew by Cream and taught me that all the way through note for note. And that was just the coolest thing ever. And that's how I kind of got started into the whole journey that has been my life with music.
Driving across the lake, out on Highway 53, just a daddy-daughter day trip, some time for her and me. When out of the blue she asked me, Daddy, will you die? I said, someday, honey, sure, everybody says goodbye. And in the rearview mirror, I saw her expression change. My little girl sorting out some grown-up big girl things. Man, what do you do with a love so grand? I just reached over the seat and said, baby, take my hand. I said, I'm not going anywhere right now, but when I finally take a bow, I hope I've taught you everything you need to make it through. Like being kind and being strong and holding out until the dawn. The best of me is there inside of you. When you're scared, look deep inside and you'll find me. I'm right there with you now, it's plain to see. It's where I'll always be. She said, I don't ever want you to go away. I want you here forever. Daddy, I want you to stay. And the tears started to well up in her pretty eyes. I just pulled over and held her tight while she sat there and cried. I said, baby girl, it's alright. I'm right here right now. And a future that's uncertain ain't worth worrying about. Let's enjoy our day together. Don't that water sure look cold? Spending time with you's the best way to keep these bones from growing old. 'Cause I'm not going anywhere right now, but when I finally take a bow, I hope I've taught inside of you. When you're scared, look deep inside and you'll find me. I'm right there with you now, it's plain to see. That's where I'll always be. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere right now, but when I finally take a bow, I hope I've taught you everything you need to make it through. Like being kind and being strong, and holding out until the dawn. The best of me is there inside of you. When you're scared, look deep inside and you'll find me. Right there with you now, it's plain to see. That's where I'll always be.
I would say guitar-wise, probably things like the Skynyrd stuff, the Allman Brothers stuff, definitely Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix, just like any other wannabe rock star guitar player. Those are my biggest influences. But also, you know, some of the later instrumentalists like Joe Satriani and Eric Johnson, just love them. I can't do what they do, but they have been a big influence on my ear as far as music goes. As far as guitar playing goes, those would be the influences. Now, as far as songwriting goes, you know, the Eagles were incredible songwriters. Glenn Frey and Don Henley, Don Felder, Joe Walsh was a great songwriter. Some of the more recent songwriters that I've heard, like Chris Stapleton and Tyler Childers, those guys are huge, huge inspirations and influences for me. I was really, as I got a little older, I was in a few rock bands in Atlanta, a couple of blues things I had going in Atlanta. But my dad was really not very supportive of the whole music path that I wanted to go down. I wanted to be a rock star. He said, that's not practical. You're going to have to get a job. So for a long time, it was just a hobby. And then I moved out to Las Vegas when I was 19. And I worked out there in construction, and I would play music, you know, at open mic nights and with different little pickup bands and stuff whenever I could. But then when the housing market crash of 98 happened, or not 98, 2008 happened, the place I was working, my boss started laying people off. And I went to him and I said, look, I don't want anybody to lose their job when I'm pretty expendable. I can go give guitar lessons or whatever. I can make money with my music. And so about a week later, he said, okay, well, you said that it was okay to lay you off, so I'm going to lay you off. And that's really when I started playing music full-time professionally in Las Vegas, and I did that for several years. And that was probably the best experience I've ever had, because I was always around these world-class musicians, always learning things, always pushing my limits and pushing my boundaries, learning how to entertain a crowd, learning what really a good set really is. And that really was the basis of a lot of my education and a lot of my experience for just playing music in general. So as far as where we're at digitally with music and creation and songwriting goes, especially with the AI stuff and the DAW systems, where you can just kind of piece together or loop together a song, and you don't even have to really be a musician to put something together. I think that those things are great as far as letting someone who may not otherwise have access to that be able to play with it and express themselves that way. Where I have an issue with the whole, especially with the AI generated music that's coming out now, when you're releasing whole albums that are nothing but an AI generation, I do tend to have an issue with that, because I want to hear something that came from somebody's heart and from their fingers. I want to hear somebody's flesh and blood in the music, rather than just some poetry that somebody plugged into a computer and allowed the AI to, piece together this band from. So, and that's just me. But I really hope that the future of music is not just an AI generated hole that we're all sucked down into. I think some of the best things going on in music right now are the independent country and independent rock singer songwriter type people that are out there just doing what they do, without any expectation or any real hope of getting super big and famous with it, but they're doing it because they love it, and it's really some of the best stuff that I've heard in quite a long time. I absolutely do believe there's soul in rock and roll, but I think that you have to really work to find it these days. I don't hear a lot of it on the radio. I think that a lot of what you hear on the radio is basically just a bubblegum factory, and they're just pumping out songs. But I will say, rock bands like, say, Rival Sons, or like there's a southern rock band called the Steelwoods. These people, they're not very well known, but they speak to me. And I think that if someone will take the time to seek out more independent artists, they'll find that if they are disappointed by what they're hearing on the radio, they're going to find some greener pastures on the independent side of things. So yes, I do believe there's soul in rock and roll, but you have to work to find it.
Well, I spied a pretty brown-eyed lady sitting at the bar all alone. So I worked up a nerve to walk up and ask her, "Hey baby, what's going on?" She said, "I'm not usually like this, but my man's been stepping out. So tonight I got myself all dolled up and I went out on the prowl. I said, baby, let me take you home with me, show you what this boy can do. Give you all the loving that you'll ever need, and be everything to you." She said, "If you play your cards right, something good might be in store, 'cause they just don't ever make any pretty brown-eyed ladies like me no more." Well, the next 3 months was hectic. We fooled around all the time. Well, we rocked in the morning and we rolled in the evening. Took up 99% of our time. Yeah, that girl, she really seemed to be everything I've been dreaming of. And pretty soon, I guess it's safe to say I was ankle deep, head first in love. Yeah, the woman, she put it on me like no woman ever had before. And they just don't ever make any pretty brown-eyed ladies like her no more. Well, now my woman done left me, and I'm a lonely man. When I got home today, there was a note on the door. Said, "Listen, baby, this is how I am. See, I've enjoyed our time together, but now our time together is through. And now I'm back out on the prowl tonight, looking for anyone body but you. Oh, by the way, I took your TV, And I'm keeping your stereo. And I guess you won't be picking up any pretty brown-eyed ladies like me no more.
That was awesome. Like I said, Nathan is a talented guy. He has so many great songs, and if you're down in Atlanta or you're down here in Georgia, check him out. He also has a YouTube channel which he puts some songs up. Nathan Eli Thomas. Check it out. And I want to thank him for coming over and playing and spending the day and sharing his insight, which was very, very cool insight, perspective on the music industry today and how he got started. Which I feel like my dress keeps on falling down. Here I am, people. Only man. Okay, anyway, back to seriousness. That kind of took me into a segue where I want to go now. Years ago, I think it was like 2013, 2012, Alice and I put together a show. There was this school in Wyandanch, Long Island, who was having trouble, who had no money for their music department. Any extra money they had went to the sporting, which is cool, but always seems when budget cuts come, it always goes to the arts. And and I've always said it, the arts, develop kids' minds, music, and it's a great foundation for everything else. But sometimes, it gets left behind. And there was a school in Wyandanch. I really forgot how, but they reached out to us about not having money for things. The teacher was always rebuilding stuff. So Alice and I put up, decided to do a fundraiser. We put together a battle of bands for kids from 10 to 18 years old, and it was live streamed at the time. We had 5 bands, and it was a major production. We had some really good sponsorship. Alice did an incredible job. She made all the lapels and all the badges for the bands, and we wanted each band to feel special. We had backline set up. We had roadies taking their gear in, so they wouldn't go, and then we had a dinner set up, with the sponsors so they can meet all the kids and stuff, and it was fun. And we asked people, obviously to donate, which they did, and if they had any spare instruments laying around to bring it down and that we could donate to the school. And the show was awesome. It was so much fun. In fact, one of the artists that played that night is super successful now, Taz Niedermeyer. He's an incredible blues player. He was 10 years old here, and he was, you could see he was a prodigy. He was amazing on guitar then, and he's a monster now. You can look him up on YouTube and on Facebook. He has a page, and he's played with everybody. So and he's out now. But anyway, back to the story. So, but he was one of the guys there, and I feel like I'm getting undressed here. But anyway, so the show was a success, and then we went to the school a couple days later and brought all the instruments, lined them up on the stage, Alice, and had a big check, and we brought it down to the school, and all the kids came out and they saw all the stuff, the drums, guitars, and stuff. They even brought air conditioning because they had no air conditioning for the school, so people dropped off some air conditioning. It was incredible, and his kids' eyes lit up, and it was an amazing thing to see. And it was an amazing thing to be a part of. So I just want to play you a video from the teacher talking about his experience with this. Let me get to it. There. 8 ball. So this is the teacher that got a hold of us, and we just did a little interview, and he was talking about the struggles of the school and the whole thing. So here, sit back and enjoy this little piece.
Sure. My name is Stefan Martin, and I have the privilege of being the music teacher here at the Martin Luther King Elementary School in Wyandanch, New York. And I have the privilege of beginning students on instruments. It's actually a rewarding task, but it can be challenging at times. A lot of students are struggling just to eat, or struggling just to have clothes, or struggling to have the basic essentials, and to burden them with an instrument would almost be the death knell of the band. And many of them want to learn, and many of them are very interested, and I always have more, sometimes 3 or 4 times more students that want to be in band that can actually be in band. So with that level of interest, you have to foster it. You have to make sure that you supply whatever's necessary. In any given music program, you're going to need repair, and you need to repair instruments year after year. And unfortunately, here at the Martin Luther King Elementary School, there is no budget for the band. So we have to replace, and that becomes very difficult, because whereas I was able to learn how to repair instruments just out of necessity, we needed a way to keep our inventory going, and so I learned how to repair instruments. You can't beat that vibrance that comes with youth. You can't beat that youthful enthusiasm. They love coming in here. They love learning. There are times where I have to stop because the school day's ended, and they want to keep going. And I love that. And we have to find a way to keep fostering that. I sympathize with them, but more importantly, I was one of them. And so I know what they're going through. And I know that if music can save me, it can save a lot of the children that we have here. And it can inspire them, more importantly. It might be a clarinet or a saxophone that gets a 4th or 5th grader to come to school, but then who knows? It could be math that keeps them here. It could be science that keeps them here. It could be reading that keeps them there. And today's clarinet player in the elementary school band could be tomorrow's doctor, lawyer, governor, principal, etc., etc. Understand that supporting the arts, supporting music, supports the growth of children, because when you support the arts, you allow children to grow, not just in the arts, but in all educational areas. I want to thank Alto Networks for giving me this opportunity and also for supporting the arts. They do a lot of things with the arts. They're very supportive of the arts in general, whether it be music, dance, painting, etc., etc. So thank you, Alto, for allowing me to open my doors to you, for allowing me to show you what's going on here, and for being so supportive of our music program.
Well, that was a great thing, and that is still important to me and Alice. And music, like Stephen said, it's a foundation, and unfortunately, sometimes it just gets looked over, and sports is here and music is here. It needs to balance out, because not everybody's athletic, but we got to help these kids. So, like I said, I'm hopefully going to be taking my show on the road soon, and I want to be able to work out something where some of the sponsorship can go to helping school districts. That's something I'm working on. But I want to thank Steven again, and I hope they're doing better. And if you're in a school district, and if you give some money to the schools, help them, especially the lower income schools. They need the help with stuff like this. So support everybody, support the arts. I'm getting off my pedestal now. But I'm gonna a little bit more fun. I have another video I want to play for you. It's sort of like a travel video, I guess. I don't know. It was when I was in Vegas a couple years ago. I did the Maroon 5 residency, and it was a lot of fun. And I had some downtime, and like I said, I'm not a gambler or a drinker, so I didn't spend really any time in the casinos in that aspect, but I was staying in the MGM Grand for 3 weeks. So I showed you once before, the video of the buskers that I did down there. But this is a little other video, just walking around, just sort of like a compilation of my 3 weeks there. So let me find where that video is on my list. With the old. Oh, do I have it? Gosh. Right now, Only Man, Tom Pagano Show, April's Out with the Old. I don't know. I don't know if I have it on here, guys. I think I screwed up. The PSA. Right here. Here we go. I think this is it. Let's see. And then re-rolling the tape. Yep,
hey guys,
here we go.
Welcome back. This is Tom Pagano, and here is my final video for my stay here in Vegas in 2023 for the Maroon 5 residency. I put together a little video to a song I wrote many years ago on a CD that I put out called Looking Out Potsdam. You can get it on any musical, Spotify, Apple Music, anything. A little self-plug. Well, go check out the CD. But here's my final video, some of the fun views and walk-arounds and just good time I had here in Vegas. So I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed doing it, had a great stay. It's time for me to go home. 2 more shows, and then I'm on that jet plane, on the way back to Georgia. So anyway, hope you enjoy the videos. I'm Tom Pagano. Till next time, rock on.
fue en el aprisco y por la montaña eran 100 ovejas que había en el rebaño. Eran 100 ovejas que amante cuidó, las 99.
Well,
Hey
I
guys,
hope you
welcome
enjoyed
back.
that
This is Tom Pagano.
little
Here's my final video for my stay here in Vegas in 2023
feedback.
for Maroon
Well, I hope you
5
enjoyed that little ditty
residency.
about Vegas. It was
I put
always
together
a
little video
fun time
to a
there.
song I wrote many
Like I
years
said,
ago, a CD that I put out.
just
Hot
my
Set.
day would be
You can get it
getting up,
on
exercising,
any musical,
walking
Spotify,
around
Apple
town,
Music, anything.
doing the
Here's
show.
self-plug. Well, go
That was
check
it.
out the CD.
That's my Vegas
But
time.
here's
But I
my
hope you
video.
enjoyed
Send
that.
the fun to
And
you
guys,
and walk
I'm
around
going to
and
ask you again. I
it's
ask a lot of
good
people
time
this
here
all the
in
time.
Vegas. So I hope you enjoy it.
Please
Enjoy
subscribe to
doing
my
it. Have a great stay.
YouTube
Time
channel,
for me to go home. 2 more
Alto
shows.
Pictures Presents. You know,
I'm on that jet
there'll be
plane
replays
all
of
the way
all
back
my
to
broadcasts on there, and I put new stuff up there all the time.
anyway, hope
And
you
also
enjoyed the videos.
my channel
Tom
on
Pagano.
Roku
Next time.
TV
Rock on.
and Amazon Fire. I have a free app on. Let me stop that. I have a free app on both of those channels, Roku and Amazon Fire. So check those out. Some of this stuff is you'll see on the show is on there, and there's other shows and complete performances. Oh my God, this is so annoying. Now I know what ladies go through with the thing, but maybe I'm just gonna make my shoulder go down. There we go. Instead of fighting it, just have fun with it. Just let my shoulders free. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so support me. Support the show. I appreciate. I see a lot of people: Rob, John, Justin, Jack, who's always here, Harry, and I thank you guys. I see Alice is following me. Sue's following me. I thank you guys. Spread the word around. I really enjoy doing this show. Like I said, I want to keep it more as an entertainment show. And we'll have little stories like I threw in here before. So tell your friends. They'll come check out the show. Subscribe on my YouTube channel, Alto Pictures Present. Follow me every week for some fun and rock and roll and entertainment. Like I say, there's changes coming up soon. We might be locating to a different thing. So Tom Pagano Studios may be somewhere else. That's a secret, but I'll let you know. But also, I will be taking the show on the road, and I want to get bands and performers nationwide from my travels and show them. And guys, if anybody out there, I'm going through this changes here. If any of you out there, want to be on the show, your band, give me a call, email me. Here I'll show you the address in a second. Tom Pagano Show. Tom Pagano Video at gmail.com. Email me. Let me know that you want to be on, and we'll work it out. We'll get you on here. Do an interview with you. Get some footage of you. If you have some stuff you want to send me, I have a Dropbox. You can send your performance. So I want to get as many people as I can on here, and I want this also to be a fun show. I want it to be a show to give other bands and performers and artists of any kind, comedians, painters, exposure. So thank you again, guys, for joining me. It was a great time. I enjoy my time with you, and I hope you enjoy the show. Sometimes I make mistakes, and I'm kind of liking this. My shoulders hanging out, and it's a one-man band, and I love it this way, and I have so much fun. And again, I'm going to take the show out with a song that Mike Preamble did. He says, "I have another song for you. I want another video." Yes, that's really not how he says it, but it's sort of like that. Anyway, and also, yes, for the show that when I take it on the road, Alice just sent me a message. I'm looking for sponsorships. So if anybody really cares, to be a part of the show, you can also email me at that address, tompaganovideo@gmail.com. Take sponsorship. We'll work out a sponsorship package, and let's it's a thing. It's a good thing, and let's all be a part of it. So, and if anybody knows anybody wants a sponsorship, contact me. Bands, contact me. And anyway, I'm gonna take the show out with this song by Mike Preamble. It's called 8 Ball in My Eye. And I know what you guys are thinking, no, it's not. It's a song about growing up in the town in Cincinnati, in the bars, So get your mind out of there. So I'm going to go find 8 Ball. I'm sorry, guys. Let me... 8 Ball. That one. Here we go. It's just sometimes, I say it takes a little bit of time. I'm a one-man band, and there were a lot of videos today, and I just didn't want to screw them up. So, guys, thank you again. I appreciate your support. Thank you, Rob, John, Justin, Angelo, Harry, Alice, Sue, and everybody that's out there. Support the arts. Let's have a good time. Support the Tom Pagano Show. I'm here for you. My shoulder's here for you. I have good guests coming up in the next few weeks, so keep on every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. It's a date, me and you. Okay, I hope I didn't scare you off. Anyway, good night, guys. Rock on. It's Tom Pagano, and here's the video by Mike Preamble called 8 Ball in Your Eye. Rock it on, baby. Here we go.
Walking in the tavern at Lakeshore Boulevard. It's a seedy little place with a small crowd, not too loud. A patron sees us coming and accepts us to his town. A few union workers, not too many frown. 8 ball in my eye, gonna win eight ball in my eye. Got an eight ball in my eye. Eight ball in my eye. Got an eight ball in my eye. Eight ball in my eye. Gonna win my days. Oh yes, I'm taking all the money I need with no regrets. Got an eight ball in my eye. Got an eight ball in my eye. Eight ball in my eye.